Hello, this is Ryan Buckley, and I'm here with Sugar, a 4-year-old AQHA filly. I started Sugar just 4 days ago, so today's day 5. And I'm going to demonstrate some of the things, groundwork things that I do to introduce a horse and get them ready for roping. So on the first day, I do a lot with the lead rope of just, throwing it over and around them. Against their legs, making sure that they can accept that. And if they spook at that, I just kind of keep doing it, let them move around until they decide to stand still and relax. So Sugar's got that down. Then I'll go to a bullwhip, usually still on the first day, and start putting it over them. Same thing I was doing with the lead rope. So just getting her used to it, kind of hitting and touching her. Then I'll start hitting the ground with it out here a ways away from her. Like that. And again, if she's spooking and moving, I just kind of keep that up until she relaxes. And then when she does, I'll step back here, take a deep breath, let her relax and think about it, lick and chew from there. And then once I see that she's accepted and she's thinking about it, then I'll move on. So I'll start out here pretty wide away from them, and then I'll actually work closer so that she understands there's a difference between when I'm driving her and adding energy, wanting her to lunge or move her hips away, and when I'm trying to relax and stand still and accept this making noise. So once I can kind of hit the ground on both sides, then I'll go ahead and crack it. Good. Good. And then since I'm right-handed, I'm going to usually be, when I'm on her, cracking it from this side. So I'll stand here by her, hit the ground. Good. So that's usually the first day, 2 days anyway. And then somewhere around the second or third day, I'll go grab a rope and just kind of start swinging it and throwing it in different places. So I'm off over here, just swinging it, throw it, drag it back up here. And again, if anytime she feels nervous about this, she can move her feet and walk around. I just kind of hold on to the lead rope here so she can just kind of walk around me. And then when she finally stands still and accepts it, then I'll stop and give her a little break. Good. And usually if they can accept the bullwhip swinging and popping, they're usually pretty good at a rope, but sometimes the sound of the rope, especially over their ears, will bother them more than the whip did. So, good. So now I feel like, okay, she's pretty relaxed about it being throwed and drawn back up here by her. So then yesterday was day 4, and I got poor old Eeyore here hung up on a rope, and this is something I learned from Lindsay Partridge, and it's she calls it her flags and drags exercises. But it doesn't have to be a stuffed animal, but something like that that's soft, doesn't hurt the horses. And you can get it to where you come up here and you can kind of bounce it off them, throw it around. Shoot, Eeyore can even ride. Show her it. There you go. Then you can start just tossing it out, drawing it in. Good girl. Go over to the other side here. This will get her used to different things, coming up to her, approaching her from up high, down low, things that might be going to come touch her legs, get under her nose and her eyes here. Sometimes this is really scary for them. We can even go over. Good. You can see where this would be a pretty good desensitizing to different things, touching them, moving around them. Good girl. And like I say, I worked on this maybe just a little bit day before yesterday, and then yesterday I worked on it for a while. Till now she's pretty good with it. There's something that can be pretty scary coming under them, touching their legs. So once I feel like she's getting that down pretty well, then I'm going to go and just hook old Eeyore up to my saddle horn here. Lead her off. Let her see it out there, this time off of her right eye. Seeing it dragging back there. I can even go this way so it kind of, that rope will touch her hip just a little. Now I can turn and face her. Back her up a little. Good girl. And she did really well yesterday as well. Some of them don't, but this is a good way to introduce them to that roping and dragging without having something big and heavy or putting yourself in any kind of a bad spot. So now, even though I'm not left-handed and I probably won't be dragging anything off of her left side, it's really good for her to learn, you know, that things can be on either side, and let her kind of switch her brain to this left eye and think about that. I'll bring her around this way so, you know, she can really see it out of that left eye. Make sure that she understands that it isn't going to hurt her and isn't scary. It doesn't matter what side of it it's on. There, it's touching her hip. Okay, and now I'm going to turn and face her again. Good, got her to disengage her hips there. Now back her up. Good girl. So now she should be ready to go out in the arena and start playing at maybe tracking the hot heels around a little, maybe dragging some logs. And that's how a lot of times I start these young horses, introducing them to doing roping. Thank you.